What's going on, everybody? Chase with iDub Hockey here today with Matt, who's the product manager of sticks for CCM Hockey. And today we're going to compare the P28, P29, and the P90 TM. So,
correct.
If I was looking to get into a CCM stick, these are my three options. How would you maybe walk me through, what style of curve would best suit my game and shooting preference?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's start off with P28. So P28 for us really is a curve for, let's call it the more aggressive shooter. So it's someone that's gonna really use the toe. It's got, a bigger toe curve, and really someone who shoots from, let's say, a little bit behind. So you're really leaning into your stick and you're using the dual lie of the P28. So you really have a lie that's specifically designed for shooting and another one for passing and stick handling. But when you're talking about shooting, you're using that front lie here to get as flat as possible on the ice and really use the fact that you're shooting behind to load the stick and shoot from the toe. At the complete opposite, the P29, which to be honest is still a toe curve, but it's a more subtle toe curve, and it's more of a passive curve. So you're talking about someone who shoots a little bit from in front of him and really loads the stick in front instead of behind him, as I was saying with the other one. You're here getting a single lie, so it's a full lie towards from the toe towards the heel. So it'll tend to be different when you're passing stick handling than you'll have the dual lie with the 28. Mm-hmm. Now, in between, the P90 TM really is for us kind of a hybrid between those two. So when we say this is because we tried to replicate somewhat of the toe aspect of the 28 and the heel aspect of the 29. So you're really getting still a toe curve, but really acts as a combination of what's best from both other curves. And you're getting, again, that same dual lie that's gonna help you play from close, far, and really having as much as a surface possible on the ice. The other interesting aspect of the 90 TM is the fact that it's a higher curve. So we've increased the height. It's not necessarily a max height per se, but it's still higher than either the 28 or the 29 in themselves. And that's gonna help players, face-offs, tip pucks, just catch more passes. And essentially we're seeing a lot of players getting into that direction of looking for max height. So the 90 TM for us really serves that customer or that player type.
So lastly, if you're at home and maybe you've been struggling with a new stick, trying out a new curve, can you maybe walk me through, diagnosing being in the wrong type of curve?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing again I'll look at is where you're shooting from. So if you're using a 29 and shooting from behind your feet or more, towards the back of your stance, then obviously it's kind of closing a little bit on your curve, and that might lead to lower shots and less ability to get maximum power in your shooting. If you're using a 28 and shooting from out front, then again, the 29 would be better because that 28 is gonna be too curved and the lie is gonna be different in a way that you're not necessarily going to be able to load the blade properly if you're shooting too much from in front. The P90 TM kind of fits in the middle of that too, right? It's how it was designed, so it's really gonna help you load it for someone that's a little bit in between, so closer to your feet. But again, really trying to get in between the 28 and the 29.
Yeah, it sounds like that P90 TM is much like the Jet Speed line, kind of bridges the gap for maximum versatility.
Exactly, that's what it was designed to, is really, it could be a go-to to a lot of players, and we're seeing more and more players trying it and giving us really, really good feedback about it. So.
Yeah, and it's a good way to continue up the scale or down the scale depending on if you're trying to lift the puck a little bit more too. But like you said, just a great option to kind of jump in between and try both.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for having us out here and walking us through the P28, 29, and 90 TM curves.
My pleasure.
And for you at home that want to check out all the CCM sticks that come in these curves, make sure you head over to icewarehouse.com.